Hello. Today we're going to talk about open invoices. It's always a lot more fun to sell beer rather than collect money for the beer you sold, but still an important part of your business to make sure who owes you what and that they're paying on time. So we're going to look at a simple Tableau dashboard that helps summarize everything that's open and due to you. It's going to look at what's current and what's late. We'll be able to identify, are there any customers that have a lot of late invoices? We'll be able to see how old some of our oldest invoices are. And then finally, we'll be able to look at each individual invoice and identify if any of them are something that we should specifically try to go after. All right, so here's our Tableau dashboard. Let me orient you on what you're looking at. Up here in the upper left, we see some summary numbers. So for this sample data source, we have 66 open invoices to 48 different customers, for a total balance of about $23,000. The average invoice that's still open is about $342. Following that, we see what's on the concerning side. So $7,000 or about 30% or 1/3 of our total open invoices are currently late. So as we go through the rest of this dashboard, that's kind of what we're going to focus on, the money that people should have paid us if they haven't yet. Okay, going over here, still on the top, but on the right-hand side, we're going to be looking at what's late and what's open into the future to try to get a feel for when we should be getting paid on some of these. So we're putting everything into a different bucket to come up with some like aging groups. This would be what's in really bad shape, so more than 2 months late. Luckily for us right now, there's not too many dollars in that category. Only about 4% of everything that's open to us is at least 2 months late. Then we have more than 1 month, less than 2 months. And then this is a little bit, it's late, but it's not extremely late at this point. It's less than a full month. And about 25% of our total open invoices fall into that category. So it's a bit of a concern, but I'd say especially as long as we can keep our 30 to 60 and 60 days plus very low, this bucket isn't quite as bad. Maybe things are just a few days past due. Okay, and then also as we're looking forward into the future to try to determine, well, how is incoming cash going to be? This period here is what's due in the next week. And then we got what's coming in the next 2 weeks. So you can see over here, that's about 60% of our open invoices are due in the next 2 weeks. So that's good. We should have an influx of cash coming in. And then we have a little bit more, another 10%, which is out 15 days into the future. So that's a good overall summary of how late some of our stuff is and then when we should get it as we look into the future. Okay, so down on the bottom now, we're going to get into a little bit more detail. So it's important, I think, to track which of your customers have open invoices, and then are they, for everything they have open, are they on time or late? So that's what we're going to be looking at here. This is looking at the top 15 customers. Because I've sanitized this data, these are just kind of fake names for customers, but this would of course show real customer names with your data in here. So just how we read this across the top is this first customer has about $3,000 open to us. This little orange bar shows some of that is late, but most of it's due into the future. So as we're kind of scrolling through here, some things that would stand out would be this customer down here. While it's not a huge balance they have late, most of that is in one of the later groups. It is a fair amount late, so that's something that would be good for us to start to track down. There's another customer down here on the bottom, and all of their stuff that's due to us is in the 60 plus day category. So they'd be a good one for us to follow up with also. Okay, and then finally, if we wanted to see what are our largest invoices, that's what this last one on the far right-hand side is going to show. So nothing really fancy here. All we're doing is looking at what the invoice number is, customer name, when we shipped it to them, when it was due, and then we're going to get how many days is it late if it's late. And then we're going to see the total dollars over here. So that was a pretty simple dashboard, but I think it got across a lot of the important points when it comes to looking at your open invoices. we were easily able to see what percent of our total open invoices are late. We saw that was about 30%. Maybe more importantly, we were able to see how late are those. And good thing for the business in the data source we looked at is most of those were only 1 week late. We didn't have too much that was in the 60+ day category. Then we looked at some of our customers. We found that there's a couple customers where everything due to us is currently late. Those would probably be some good ones to contact and see what their payment plan is. And then finally, we were able to look at our largest invoices and find how those break down and what some of the statistics are there. So I hope that was an interesting and quick look at how you can view open invoices using a Tableau dashboard. If you have any questions with this or would like more information, or if you'd like to see your open invoice information come through a dashboard like this, please contact me. My email is jeremy@centralcoast-analytics.com. Again, that email is jeremy@centralcoast-analytics.com. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.